Yeah, this is Rachel. Okay, this is Rachel's cooking free tips. Don't mind me. I'm smoking a cigarette and totally in a dismembered coma. Yeah, a long time. Yeah, hallucination buzz. Anyway, my first tipping day. First tip on the first channel. Take bean sprouts, or not bean sprouts, or onion sprouts. They look like they look like little tiny, very thin grass. And for some reason, the way I remember, it looks like they got a little bit of like white in them. I don't know what they're called. They're like onion sprouts or onion Brussels, but they're not. It's like you have to Google it on the picture because this is free intel. Don't expect me to do the work, go shopping, and then make you a sandwich for free. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had it in a restaurant one time. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, there's this thing that's called like onion because it was on the menu. It was a vegetable sandwich, and it was on the menu. It was listed. I double checked and asked the waitress, but they're like onion sprouts or something like, or like onion sprouts or something like that. But if you look up the picture to make sure, it's like super thin, like thread on a needle or something, super thin and long and stringy, like seaweed, but it's onion sprouts or something. And it looks like they almost have like a little bit of white in it, but they don't. They're like green, and for some reason I kept seeing like a little bit of white fuzz, like a blossom or flower, but it's not. They're like onion sprouts. If you Google it and look at the picture, girls or whatever, men out there cooking, that's what it looks like. It looks like seaweed or moss, but it's an onion sprout or something like that. Yeah, I think it said onion sprout in the menu. That's very fuzzy looking, and it's just the texture, and it's like it's like a pickle on a hamburger, but it's these onion sprouts are just so damn good. Excuse the language, but anyway. And then you take Philadelphia cream cheese and sliced cucumbers and a white bread, and it doesn't have to be toasted, just white bread, and it's a vegetarian sandwich, and it's one of the best. It's an excuse to have, a Philadelphia cream cheese, even dudes, because you have taste buds too. Don't deny it. But yeah, Brussels, those onion sprouts are really fuzzy, and on the sandwich they're like a half an inch thick, and it's just like texture. You know what I'm saying? It's like a pickle on a hamburger, but like it put it like half an inch. They're like fuzzy, and it might make sure you hold your plate. But those onion sprouts, fuzzy, like put like half an inch on them. Wherever you can find them, I'm sure they're super cheap and totally made in Ohio. A grocery store, super cheap, and just put them like a half an inch. That's how the sandwich is. Like a quarter of an inch for your Philadelphia cream cheese, and then your cucumber slices with you don't have to peel them. I mean, on the outside you can, but it's like a quarter of an inch thick, and then your white bread, and it is so good. And then the second tip is what is it? Oh yeah, if you're really hungry, and this is like it'll satisfy your cravings so good. It's so cheap and so easy. You won't crave $1 million night Red Lobster, or even a $35, for you and your friends a night at Taco Bell, or $40, for Taco Bell or McDonald's. This will satisfy your cravings. And do not tell people, and do not hurt people, and don't blow up your oven or whatever, and don't tell 5-year-olds, and don't blame it on me. But we used to do this stuff all the time in the 80s, and you eat two or three of them, and you'll sleep like a baby on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we used to do this in the 80s all the time. We had a gas stove, which they hardly ever make them anymore. But if you're really, in bad shape, and you get like a package of hot dogs from the grocery store, not frozen, but, unthawed, chicken or beef or whatever, unthawed. This is how we used to do it. I'll explain it, how we used to do it, and then get into the brain thinking process. But we used to have a gas stove, which is a flame, on your stove, propane. Put your hot dog, stick a fork through it like a campground, but don't even start a campground fire because they're just stupid. They're just stupid and wasteful. I mean, Anyway, stick your fork through it, and cook it. Hold over the flame of that. If your gas stove, that's what we used to do, for just like 60 seconds. Because if you burn it way too much, and they're supposed to be raw. If you cook it in the microwave, you're just gonna split it and do way too much. Then what I'm saying? Don't even cook it in the microwave. You know what I'm saying? That just messes it all up. Totally raw and just unthawed. But put it through that metal fork. But take your metal fork now. And those weed torch lighters that they sell everywhere in gas stations and grocery stores or whatever. The weed torch lighter. Use one of them, because if you use a Bic lighter, it's just your finger gonna get hot and burn on the light and the cigarette lighter. Use one of those weed torches. That's what they're for. But anyway, Put your hot dog or those little cans that they sell everywhere that for $1. Those little what do they call them? What do they call them? Those Vinay sausages. 6 little hot dogs. They're pieces soaked in water can. That's what you should do, and that's why I'm saying if you're hungry out there, young adults, that's what you need to do. Those Vinay sausages that are just hot dogs soaked in water in that little bitty can. Drain the water and put one on a fork, and then take your weed lighter and heat it for about. Make sure it's kind of a little bit make sure the water ain't dripping off it, but just kind of shake it in the air so it's not dripping with water. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you just shake it dry for like 2 seconds with the water drained or whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then take your weed torch lighter and torch it for like 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That will snap, crackle, and pop. But that's what it's supposed to do because they're made out of grease. It isn't going to catch on fire. Just and to make sure you don't cook in the microwave. It's already cooked and it's just killing it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to ruin it. But just blacken the edges for like 60 seconds. And don't do it for 2 or 3 minutes because it's going to be gross. It's like literally eating ashes from your campfire like you got your butt kicked. But yeah, just do it for like 60 seconds. And then you're done. Those Vinay sausages or whatever that are hot dogs soaked in water. Whatever. Those are, kind of small, but they probably fit on a half a piece of bread. You know what I'm saying? Or a hot dog bun. Or you can put the 2 that you make on that hot dog bun and put some ketchup and mustard and some pickle relish. Or mustard and ketchup and pickle relish. I mean, it is just so good. I mean, regular hot dogs are okay cooked in the microwave, but these make them way good. And yeah, what was I gonna say else? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell. Never mind. I'll save that for another day. But that's my first cooking exhibition for poor people and eat up. And you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'll think of something later. This is my first video for Rachel Cobain, a Foo Fighter, Beaned cooking show 90.